Uma B. Welcome to Uma's Lotus Lounge. It is a featured stream here on the POF and Meetme app. And I am blessed and happy to be your top badge and to be a host of this featured show. I hope that you find a lot of comfort, solace, inspiration, and just good feelings for your midweek. All right. So if you are new here, thank you, RN. Please put a 1 in the comments so we can greet you, because we are a friendly bunch here at the Lotus Lounge. And we just want to show our appreciation for you being here today. So we like to start our broadcast with some affirmations. Today I have the Super Attractor cards by Gabrielle Bernstein, and this is going to work by, you just put a 1 in the comments, and I'm going to give you, some nice words, because I believe in the power of intention and focus. Everything we put our thoughts to is what we create. All right. Hi, Maple. So Maple, new-ish. That's fine. Maple, you got the first one. And it says, I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. So be it, and so it is. Put a 1 in the comments if you would like your affirmation today. This is not the free reading. We have the free readings at the end of the show, but you can still get your little affirmation and start right, okay? I ship. You got some words on here, so I'm gonna have to read it for you. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Thank you for the gifts, guys. I appreciate the gifts. Got to stay a top badge, 80K. Let's go. Put a 1 in the comments if you'd like your affirmation. Who does this belong to? Caribbean Barbie. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming, even when I can't yet see the result. Amen. Can I get an amen? Welcome in, Shango, Lexi. Thank you for that fave. Put a 1 in the comments if you would like to receive an affirmation of the day. So this belongs to somebody. Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Put a 1 in the comments and let's get you your positive affirmations. Deja. In stillness, I receive. How beautiful is that? In stillness, I receive. Graceful, I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance available to me. Amen. So be it, and so it is. So we have the beautiful Metaphysical in here, one of my best buds on the app. And we can't kick off Pride Month without the mighty Meta being here. So of course I asked him to come here and be a part of the show and be on as a guest. So we're going to be bringing him in shortly. But before we do that, I'm going to talk to you about my blog this week. So my blog this week, I said, you don't need to heal from it. You need to understand it. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to let you guys know. So here we go. I'm going to read my blog. Please feel free to put some comments in the comment section. And just a reminder, guys, everything here is being recorded for my YouTube channel. So if you decide to act out, 1, the bouncers will kick you swiftly, and 2, you'll be immortalized for all eternity as that guy or that woman. Okay. So try not to be. Here we go. You don't need to heal from it. You need to understand it. I was recently asked to be interviewed for a podcast series, and the question posed was intriguing enough for me to answer it. The question was, what do you see as a changing trend in your community? I am part of the metaphysical spiritual community where the general community believes in the natural laws of the universe. Think law of attraction, energy healing, and psychic abilities. I have been in this field over 14 years professionally and over 30 years personally. I've seen firsthand the many changes that have occurred in this community, but the biggest one to date is seeing the shift in healing for clients. When I started, Reiki was a big and common modality as healers used it to bring energetic healing to their clients. Energetic healing was the buzzword in the early 1980s. And it became a lucrative business because, well, everyone had some form of trauma to heal from. Whether it was early childhood, past life, or karmic cycles, people were flocking to the Reiki healers and healers to be healed. The boom was successful, but it slowly petered out. Why? Because there is something better than energy healing. I love Reiki, and in fact, I'm a Reiki master teacher, so I believe in the work of Reiki. If you don't know what Reiki is a Japanese energy healing modality that invites in universal energy to a client for betterment and healing of emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual issues. It works, but despite the best sessions, a client always comes back. Think of Reiki like gas. It fuels a car and the car runs great until it runs out. If you're not maintaining your Reiki flow of energy, self-healing or seeing a healer, then it can run out and you can return to the issues you had before. The industry leading light workers and practitioners noticed this trend, and so the collective consciousness was blessed with the question we asked: what can be better than energy healing? The answer is mindset reset work. We started to see the shift from energy work to mental work with modalities such as hypnosis, past life regression, and access bars, all of which I do. The mindset reset techniques understand that key concept, which says your thoughts create your reality. Following that logic, it's understandable that people need to have the right mindset to essentially live this life. So, a practitioner could learn the arts of mindset reset work to bring clarity, not healing, to a client. This was the shift when practitioners started realizing it wasn't that they needed to heal from a situation, it was that they needed to understand it. Once understood, the person is well equipped with their own survival instincts to make the necessary shifts to bring about better outcomes. Brilliant, yet so simple. Change your thoughts to positive if you want to have a great life. I too follow the trends and changed in my industry. And while I still give and teach energy healing modalities like Reiki and IET, I focus more on one-on-one soul alignment coaching to get clients to do the mindset reset work. Change your thoughts, change your life. Now that is the key to manifesting your dreams. Welcome in, everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge, a featured stream here on the Plenty of Fish app. Here, what did you guys think about my blog? Are you seeing the shift? We're not so much focused on the energy healing. The energy healing is still great as a daily practice for you to do. But really and truly, if you want to see changes in your life, changes in your manifestations, you have to do the work and change your thoughts. You know, I used to be a very negative person, a Debbie Downer, if you will, because I grew up, pretty hardcore in a third world country, then grew up in Orange, New Jersey, right? Then lived in Philly, right? So it's a very hard mentality. But you know what? That hard mentality did nothing to help me. If anything, it kept me in that crabs in a barrel mentality where you have to fight and claw to get your way out, or there was not enough to go around. We all had to scrap and scrape to get it. But all you have to do is make a change. That's all you have to do in your mindset. And that's what I did. I made a change in my mindset to only see the positive in life. It first started as a dare with myself. Okay, Uma, today, let's see if you could have just a completely positive day, no matter what. Of course, traffic happened, bad people happened, right? Bills happened. But you know what? I kept at it. I kept at it. I kept at it. And I did this in my 30s, just wanting to see the best, wanting to see the best, wanting to see the best. And then guess what happened? I changed. No matter what happens now, I can't see the bad in anything. I can only see the good. A lot of times people ask me like, Uma, you're so forgiving, or you understand people so well. Not true. I just understand that at the very base level, we're all good. We're all human. We're all spirit. We all come from the same place, and we're all eventually going to go back to that same place. When you start to see things through that lens, you don't take it personally. If people are cursing you out, cheating you, trying to steal from you, you're hurt, you're disappointed, but you don't take it personally because you understand the mindset they're operating from. My goal on this planet is to teach at least 1 million people to understand the benefit of having an attitude of gratitude and seeing the abundance in life. When you can see the abundance in life, it opens up in magical ways. And I want that for you. Don't you guys want that for you? Put a one in the comments if you want that for you. Rose, thank you. Welcome in, everybody. And we're going to do it, Miss Maple. All right. You guys just keep hanging with me long enough. I've been told I'm infectious, so my positive attitude could rub off on you too. Trust and believe it can. So I want to bring in a very special guest. His name is Metaphysical to you, to me, and Rose, and everybody who knows and loves him. Please put some clapping hand emojis in the comments for our very own Big Purr. There we go. Meta!
Hello, 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 aloha.
Where
Well,
are we, Meta? You're nice and outside in the sun. It looks lovely there.
yes, I'm just outside my backyard and everything like that. Just
It's nice. It's a
chilling,
nice day out.
pump, pumping the beat. It was so pretty outside. I said, let me just come out here and have my feet in the grass and connect with the wind, and because it's
I
so
wish you
pretty.
were right down the street because Rose is barbecuing. We got some dogs and burgers and sausages and hmm,
I
yeah,
know.
I'm there.
I'm a. That's a. That's a pump for me to get down to you.
I know. But
Yeah.
I wanted to bring you in. Thank you so much for being my guest. For those of you that don't know, Med and I are always guests on each other's shows. We've been friends for a long time and we do hang out outside of streams. I hope to see a lot of him over the summer if he's not traveling. But
Yes, I'm gonna come down
Meta,
there.
it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
So there's so many things we could talk about because we have done Pride Month together before, but I guess I just want to give it over to you and for you to just share anything you feel like sharing, and before we go into our reading section. So, what do you feel like talking about for Pride Month?
What do I feel like talking about? Mm, 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 mm. You know, there's a lot of things that came to mind. I first want to kind of go towards what you were talking about whenever you were talking about shifting from energy healing to mindset work.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say that I literally this morning, I haven't really slept today. So that's why my battery's just a little low.
I got you.
Um, because I always kind of, if I can, most of the time I like to travel overnight because I like to travel in the dark and be up in the light. And so, also peace, love, and divine blessings to each and every one of y'all. And so I got back around 6 a.m. from New York, and I'd been there for almost 2 weeks, and just really, really, really enjoyed myself. And I feel as though thought is such a powerful thing because if we really sit with it for a little bit, we realize that everything is simply an error. Like everything that we experience that we don't want to experience, it really stems from an error in thought. Somewhere along the line, we started to think something, and then we began to do them, and then we began to be them. So I strongly believe in wording yourself up in such a way that we don't have to always play by a set of rules that are arbitrary, that don't even are obsolete, they don't even really matter anymore. So I want to share with y'all a story real quick about what Uma's blog post is so important, because it happened to me this past week, while I was up in Jersey. And it's only 4 hours away, so I just busted up there real quick. And And so I was in Jersey, and when I'm there, my friend always, he went to work, during the week, and I would take his car and, go wherever and do whatever I wanted to do, go to the spa, whatever the thing is. And I was we were in our normal routine of taking him to work, and then I was in the passenger side, and we were going to get out of the car and swap sides. So I go to get out of the car, but I forget that the keys are actually in my lap. And instead of pulling into the teacher's parking lot as he would have normally pulled into, he actually decided to pull up right beside a sewer drain. And what happens? I get out of the car and his electronic keys fall out of my lap, and they go right into the biggest pile of you could ever think of. And there was no way to get them out. Absolutely no way to get them out. In fact, we were fighting to think, okay, maybe they didn't go in the drain. Maybe they just landed under the car, something like that. We're fighting to think about something like that. But guess what? They were in the sewage drain, gone. And our first thought was, oh, if we get a fishing rod, or oh, maybe someone can pull it up. And those sewer drains are so old and so archaic in New Jersey, there was no way on God's green earth to unearth that. It would have costed more to get it out of there than to go and get a new set of keys. And my friend was so patient and so calm about the situation. But in that moment, I said, I said that, if he would have cussed me out or if he would have lost his mind, I would have been ready to receive all of it. I would have been ready to receive all of it because it was an electronic key. It's not like a key you just stick in there. Those things are pretty pricey. So fortunately, our creator, the universe, was at work, because even though the keys were in the drain, the car was still running. So instead of leaving it on that corner where it could have been towed, or we could have gotten a ticket, I was actually able to drive it home while he went to work. And then, and while I was driving, I just felt I felt this spirit of just like, I just know that just seems so random. How often is it in life that you drop keys into a sewer drain? Like a big graded sewer drain? I just something was at hand. And so I drop him off, I leave, drive back to the house, park the car, and I go inside. Then he calls me, and he says, "Drew, I'm leaving work early." Ooh, I said my government name on here. He says, "Drew, I'm leaving work early," and he says the guy that cuts the keys at the dealership is only going to be there from 12 to 3. So we have to go so that we can get it.
Right.
So he comes, so he leaves work and he gets the keys. Then he Ubers back to the place. Then we're, happy we got the keys again and everything like that. And we go to get in the car, and it won't start. The car won't start at all. And so we just sat in there. We were like, I looked over to my best friend because he's fairly meditative as well. And I looked over at him and I said, let's just take a breath with this. I think it's gonna work. And he just held the keys at the electronic thing, um, just enough for it to catch, and it turned on. But there was still a problem with that key. So we had to ultimately go to the car dealership to get them to fix it again. And then it worked. Now, here's where the story gets extremely out of control. So we left the dealership, right? We left the dealership and we drove back home. And while we were at home, his best friend, who's, very famous celebrity and everything like that, we were staying with, she had to go somewhere. And she looked at us, and we knew we had to go to Home Depot before she left. And she said, "I don't think y'all should go. I don't think y'all should go." And what did we do? We went anyway. We left out with the car, right? We left out with the car. And as we were driving to the Home Depot, I see this man, and he's standing under a tree, and he's screaming something. I didn't know what he was just screaming something, but he was just jumping up and everything like that, trying to get our attention about something. And so we go into the Home Depot to go and get the slats to put under his new bed. And as soon as we're going to check out, he starts to pat himself. He starts to pat himself down. He's like, "Hold up. You have my keys, right?" I said, "Oh, no, 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 no. Don't blame that on me." I said, after dropping them in a sewer grate, I did not even want to touch his keys for the rest of that day. Okay.
I don't blame you.
And then his eyes roll up in his head. He was just like, "God is testing me today because I know that I left those keys in that car. I know I left those keys in that car." And we walk back to the car, and lo and behold, we look in the window, and there they are. We called the dealership, and apparently the guy wouldn't be able to service us because he was gone for the day. And not only that, those were the last set that were at the dealership. So we're sitting there thinking to ourselves, how do we get out of this? Using our own kind of ego mind about. We go on TikTok, and we go on YouTube and look on how you break into a car. And we found a plunger and some duct tape, and we bought it from the Home Depot. We put it on the window, trying to pull that window down. We tried all the things. And we finally arrived at the point where we're like, "You want to look up how much a window costs? Because we might have to break into this thing." And that did not happen. But I'll tell you what did happen, right? Whenever you get still and whenever you get quiet, you can hear the voice of the universe. Whenever you get still and whenever you get quiet, you can hear the voice of God. And I closed my eyes for just a moment, and Spirit said, "Go to the corner. Go to the corner," where the man was jumping up and down. And I went up to him, and he was still there. And he only spoke Spanish. And so I pulled out my Google Translate, and I said, we just locked ourselves out of the car. Do you have a way of supporting us with trying to get this thing open? And he listened to me for a second, and he was like, "Yeah." And he followed me to the car. And then, like magic, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 7 Spanish-speaking men showed up at the car.
That really
It's
was so
almost as though
cool.
they showed up at the car, and it's like he whistled to them, or they saw him walking with us. And they showed up at the car. And they went around from window to window to the locks, checking to see, okay, how are we going to get in here? And they finally found their way in through the back right window. And so the reason why I wanted to share that, just to add to what you were saying, is that whenever we think that there is a situation that is so difficult, that is so jarring, that is so unbelievably challenging, and we just cannot figure it out, there is a source of energy that is within us that knows the situation, because they already saw the situation before you, and they already know the path that you have to take in order to get back into alignment. See, that the message for me that came across there is that when we're not thinking in our alignment, this is where things go wrong. But when our thoughts are aligned, when our mindset is aligned, and we are listening and being obedient, not in this way of just like, you must do it as I say, but obedient as in, I am going to receive this direction and follow it without fear, without the thought of lack, without the thought of limitation, without the thought of scarcity, without the thought of nothing good can come from this. Whenever I stay in that high vibrational place of releasing and letting go everything that I think that I need to do in the situation, then guess what? That is what a miracle is. A miracle is just a shift in our perception. A miracle is just a shift from where we thought nothing could go right to where we think everything could go right.
I received this. Amen.
And what happens is whenever we think in that alignment, something comes through in the flash of a lightning. It was that quick. And so, what I also want to share is that there is an era of thinking in our country right now. There's an era of thinking, and what we need to do in terms of living together in peace and in harmony. Right now, Rainbowville is under attack. Right now, hundreds of bills have been introduced. Everything from criminalizing transgender individuals to also banning drag queens from performing. Everything from wearing clothes that don't, quote, match your gender. And so, why is this an error in thinking? It's an error in thinking because the same people, and there may be one of those people that are here today, right? The same people who are creating these laws, creating these policies, creating all these things, they truly do not understand that the core of who they truly are is neither woman, neither man, nor black, nor white, nor this, nor that. You are a spiritual being having a human experience.
Amen.
And so, in the realm of spirit, you traverse this path of unlimited possibility. You traverse this path of unlimited imagination. And so, my message for Pride season, right, is for the people who are so viscerally upset by everything that is going on with the LGBTQ community, that they want to create bills to take happiness and peace away from their lives. As I pray that they begin to connect with the creative aspects of themselves, I pray that they begin to connect with the most imaginative aspects of themselves. I pray that they begin to connect with their inner child that wants to play in the sandbox, that wants to have fun with whoever they're drawn to without any coercion or programming from this three-dimensional world. And I leave all of that as a message with all of you.
Let's get some clapping hands in the comments. Sir, you spoke over my soul. You don't even know how you spoke over my soul just now. Cause yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk later, but that just, whoo, you always do this. You always bring it back in, and I loved it. I absolutely love how you did that. Yeah, we got Sarah, Afro, we got everybody in here. Did y'all love that? Did y'all absolutely love that? That man just brought church here today on this midweek Uma's Lotus Lounge. Eileen, not Uma's
I
Backwatcher.
love y'all.
My trolls, I can't. Yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride, y'all. Happy Pride, y'all.
And Meta is so much more nicer than me. His beautiful prayer for everybody this Pride Month. My prayer is very simple. I hope the people that are hating on LGBTQ, I hope this is the most uncomfortable month for you. You know, like sometimes when you wear a sock and you're walking and it keeps slipping off and it's like irritating and annoying. I hope this whole month is like that for you. I really do. I hope you're just really annoyed and irritated. The
A
colors,
little bit of that. A little bit of that too.
oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, but you know, when we have Metaphysical in the building, Uma don't just kick this guest out to do the readings. Uma got a call on Meta to do the readings as well. So are we excited to have Meta back to do his famous readings? Put a 1 in the comments. Hi, Sippy. We got our cards, and all we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through and see who we're called to, and I'm gonna let Meta, the featured guest, start off. And I'm gonna stop recording for the YouTube channel. YouTube, if you're watching me and you want to come and hang out with me in the Lotus Lounge, download the Plenty of Fish app. Go to the live streams, search my name, UmaB1111, hit me with that favorite. And then whenever I stream, you get an invite, come on in, all right? Come through and see us here.